Chapter 13 Kṣhetra Kṣhetrajña Vibhāg Yoga, the Yoga of the Field and the Knower of the Field. Arjuna said, O Keshava, what is meant by Prakriti? What is meant by Purish? What is Kshetra and Kshetrajya? I want to know what true knowledge is and what the goal of true knowledge is. Sri Bhagavan said, O Kante, the body, the field of action, is called Kshetra. One who knows the field is the knower of the field or Kshetrajya. I am the knower of all bodies, and simply knowing the body and its owner is real knowledge in my opinion. Now please hear me explain to you about the nature of the field, its origin, its constitution, the changes it goes through, its knower, and its influence. The Vedic literature, especially Brahma Sutra, gives detailed knowledge on the field of activity and the knower of the field with sound logical reasoning by sages. Briefly put, Kshetra or the field of activities comprises the 5 elements of nature: ego, intellect, the unmanifest matter, 5 sense organs, 5 sense objects, desire, hatred, pleasure, pain, the aggregate, consciousness, and will. Knowledge includes humility, modesty, non-violence, forbearance, simplicity, serving the guru, cleanliness, persistence, self-control, abstaining from sense objects, rejecting the ego, understanding the futility of birth, death, old age, disease, detachment from materialism, detachment from family affairs, balanced mind in the midst of desires, firm devotion to me, living in seclusion, uninterested in social affairs, prioritizing self-realization, awareness of philosophical. I will now disclose to you that which is to be known, the knowable, knowing which you will realize eternality. The Brahman is without a beginning, beyond the cause and effects of material nature, and under my control. His hands, legs, eyes, face, ears are everywhere. He exists everywhere. He is all-pervading. He is the original source of all senses, but he himself has no senses. Though detached, he maintains all existence. Though controller of all 3 modes of material nature, he is beyond the modes. He exists inside and outside of everything moving and non-moving. He is beyond material comprehension or recognition. He is far, and also near. He is indivisible, though he appears divided in all living beings. He is the supreme creator, maintainer, and annihilator. He is the source of light for all luminaries, beyond the darkness of ignorance. He is knowledge, the object of knowledge, and also the goal of knowledge. He lives in everyone's heart. A devotee alone understands what I have said about field of activity, knowledge, and object of knowledge, and he is the one who attains me. Prakriti or material nature and Purusha or living entity, both are without a beginning. All transformations and material modes arise from material nature. Prakriti is responsible for material cause and effect. Purusha is responsible for experiences of suffering and enjoyment. Purusha, in association with Prakriti, lives under the influence of the 3 gunas, becoming good or bad according to the gunas. Within the body is another witness, permitter, supporter, the Supreme Soul. It is the supreme controller and enjoyer called the Super Soul. For liberation, one only needs to understand material nature, the individual soul and its interaction with the material modes. Understanding this, one will surely be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. One can try to understand the Supreme Soul through meditation, by acquiring knowledge, or by work without expectations of result. Some others worship the Supreme Soul by hearing from saintly persons, although they have no spiritual knowledge, and they too transcend the cycle of birth and death. O Arjuna, the world that you see exists because of the combined interaction of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Knowing that the Super Soul resides besides the soul in every being and that both are undestroyable, is true insight. By knowing the super soul to be equally present everywhere and in everyone, the mind remains in a higher consciousness and attains the supreme goal of life. One who is aware that activities are carried out not by the soul but by the body born out of material nature, he truly sees. When one sees the diversity of living beings coming from a singular source of material nature, one attains Brahman. O Kante, the Supreme Soul is transcendental, imperishable, and beginningless. It neither acts nor gets entangled even in proximity with material nature. The all-pervading sky does not get contaminated by anything that it holds. This is true also for the soul, which does not mix with the body although it pervades the body. Like the sun illuminates the entire cosmos, the soul illuminates the entire body, O scion of Bharata. By differentiating between the field and the knower of the field, one automatically realizes how to become free from material nature and reach the supreme goal.